Alright, so Japan 8, he did, as I was kind of worried about, you know, I don't know why I thought well, I put my one UK guy there hoping he would take him back with the Germans rather than the Japan, but he did take him to Japan, and then now he's put a factory for Japan in the inland, and Vologda is maybe coming next. Or he may just stick with the two so that he can continue to build two bombers a turn while building two ground units a turn, and between those two just slowly wear away, irritate out the U.S. down here. Combat wise, he just took out Persia, which again, my whole not thinking. So now he can blitz his tank through here, and again, once again, he can bring his two transports to Egypt to try to hold Egypt. Now, I played with a bunch of different ideas of things I could do, like I could put a destroyer here and move the destroyer carrier, or the other two destroyers and the loaded carrier over to here. He'd only have his 5 that could attack it. Yeah, I've got 5 defending. It'd be a split, and then I could sneak through the Suez and help reinforce my Suez over here. But I'd also know at some point that Atlantic's going to get iffy, especially if he starts to push this guy out this way and he's continuing to build bombers. So I don't think I necessarily want to squeeze them through that way, and I don't even really want to use destroyer blockers if at all possible. I don't want to waste boats. Every ship is going to count. Every surface ship especially is going to really count. So the interesting part here is the fact that he moves his Japan Navy over to 28. And so again, he's not planning on coming back and hitting me in the back door, so that's good news. This further indicates that he's hoping to bring them over and unify them with these guys somehow. And like I said, the difference now I realize is he doesn't have to bring the Japan fleet in here on J9. You know, G9 he takes these. J9 he doesn't have to come up here. He just needs to be within matching distance of the German Navy coming through. So that's why I was saying he could stay here, or he could even stay all the way back here to stay clear of the Americans. So I gotta find a way to try to dead zone these areas, these 3 in particular, or even actually back to 27, because again, so let's look at what all he could do, right? Again, G9 he comes there. What if J9 he comes back to here? G10 he comes through to here. UK's not going to do anything about it, so then J10 he can come back to here. So, you know, even here would be an issue, but of course my guys are over here, so I don't look at the J Navy to go here, but the J Navy could be in 29, 28, 27, or 33. Any one of these will allow him to come back and match up with the German Navy. So I really need to put the heat on Japan now. I need to kill this fleet on US9 and not give him a chance to G10 come out and have the Japan fleet go meet him. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have these 3 subs, right? So we can bring them back and park them underneath here, so no matter wherever they go, my 3 subs can meet them. Obviously going too far this way, he's going to be coming into the teeth of my navy and I can attack him. But what I did, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Oh, of course I didn't save it. Is I looked at, we're going to have my 3 subs. We're also going to have 1, 2, 3 fighters I plan on putting down here. From here, they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't have any transports. He can't take Madagascar, so I can land. I can hit any of these sea zones, or they can even go 1, 2, 3, 4 back this direction. So we'll have 3 subs, 3 fighters, that we can put in range, you know, wherever he's at. So then the question comes, if he's got 2 battleships and a carrier, in addition to 3 submarines and 3 fighters, I can't build anything that can reach these zones except for bombers. Bombers from here, you know, even from Borneo, can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can hit these sea zones with the bomber. We can't from Borneo. If we put the bomber in DEI, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we could reach there as well. But I'm leaning towards I'm going to put my bombers in Borneo, because even if he comes back here, I'm going to be bringing these subs and this navy around to dead zone the possibility of maybe deciding to come all the way back to 26, 25, 24, 27. We're going to be dead zoning the back end as well. So here's what the calculator looks like. It's doing its calculations. With 2 bombers, that gives me a 77% chance. Now, that's with him taking fighters last, but if he takes fighters last, he's going to sink his boat. So if we do, you know, crash fighters, we won't even necessarily have to go that. I mean, it's still going to be the same amount, but if I only went 2 rounds, I'd probably still have a good chance of splashing the fighters, right? So one thing I'm going to take into consideration is him wanting to do fighters before carrier. And the other thing for me is, you know, what if we kept the subs alive so that all we had to do is kill these 3, we don't even have to kill the 2 fighters, and we go something along the lines of fighters, then bombers, then subs. So now we're going to be up around 80%. Not much change, but a little bit of a change, which is going to help me out a little bit, and that's where I feel safe. If I build 1 bomber, we still got that it's in our favor, but that's just too risky for me. So we need 2 bombers. So we're going to build 2 bombers. We're going to build 2 fighter for Sea Zone 36, because I do need them to protect me versus the 6 bombers he's got that can reach Sea Zone 36. And then the rest of the money we got is 4 infantry. So the reason I said I'm going to put the bombers here, I want the 4 infantry there, so that if we need to get them to India, my transports can go 1, 2, and dump in India. If they're in Borneo, they can go 1, 2, they can't get to India or here. You know, if I put them in Philippines, potentially I could go that way, but putting them in Borneo, the only place I can do is just bring them back here. So I know that's a lot of talking, but just wanted to lay it out. I don't think I actually have any attacks to do. I thought about doing this attack here, but after further thought decided against it, to put it simply. Just double checking. Yep, nope, we don't have any attacks that I want to do with the US this turn. Now, of note too, the other option, if he does the German 9 here and Japan hang back, I always could take my fleet US 9 to hit and close off the Suez Canal. So if I don't want to sacrifice my bombers or sacrifice all my air force to kill these guys, I had that as an option as well. Right now, I think the bombers are going to be helpful for me to help cover these sea zones, as well as to start getting ready to put pressure on this Mediterranean fleet. I think we're going to need it both ways. So that's going to be my plan right now. Alright, non-combat. You guys there. I want you in there. You in there. You in there. Those guys up. We're gonna swing our fleet on around this way. Well, I guess I don't need to pull them both back, do I? Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna pull them back, so next turn I can always go 1-2, grab them. I mean, North Africa with this fleet, until I can come back in here and really push them, you know, it's kind of a dead zoned area. And I just want to go ahead and I want to draw the line here, let him have North Africa for right now, unfortunately. Which is going to sling the value pretty equal, so I need to make some progress on this front. And I need to make some progress getting a couple more transports so that we can be eating a little bit more money on this side. Do want to make sure. See if I have a fighter before carrier submerge. There we go. Just want to double check that it is submerged with the fleet. This is important. Even though it's 3 subs, submerged lone defenders is only if you have 1 sub. So the 3 subs are considered in a fleet. So if I didn't have this checked, if I had this checked but not this, then he could still attack my 3 subs, and until he kills 2 of them, they'd fight. And then when there's only 1 left, it would submerge. So I want to make sure that the whole thing is submerged with fleet, which we're good there. Alright, I believe that's it. Alright. It's the end of the turn. Here's my spreadsheet, taking a look at it. So right now we're adding up the units. We've shifted from them having the advantage to us starting to peel back the advantage again. Attack power, attack strength, defense power, defense strength at its best it's been for us so far. We need to get this up high quickly though, because we do know that bomber load's coming, and that's gonna make life harder. I'm gonna have to buy more expensive units and less units, and this is gonna start to stalemate out. So we need to get this up quick. Alright. So I thought about putting units here, but I really needed to make sure that we get India stacked up. If I'd put units here, he has 2 infantry and 6, 7 planes that can hit it, right? So I would have needed to put like 5 or 6 infantry there to really make it worthwhile, and I just couldn't afford that at this time. So you can see this is what I was talking about. Even if he comes out here, 2 of these fighters I guess can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we still have our 5 subs and then potentially 3 destroyers and a carrier that can reach there. So any retreat that way should be dead zoned. We should have, including this guy, these 2 bombers can reach this whole area with these 3 fighters and the 3 subs. So we should be able to have these 4 dead zoned, as well as, of course, if he comes into 34, then these guys are going to be in range, or 31 or 30, they'll all be in range. So his best bet is leaving them in one of these and make me trash my air to get to them. But we do have an 80% chance, so hopefully that works this time on the fleet.